For this activity, we are working with the talent competition database, and we are going to be modifying the entries form. If we double click on the entries form, we can have a look at what it looks like. But to make changes, we are going to go to Design View. Our first task is to add the 5-star picture as a background for the whole form. To do this, we are going to use the property sheet over here. If yours is not visible, you can click on that button under Form Design to be able to view the property sheet. Or you could right-click and select Properties. We can select different elements of our form to modify. If you click on this combo box, you can see all the different elements in this form. We want to modify the form as a whole. So I will select Form, and we are looking to change the picture. And there I can see there is a picture property, and I'll click over here and click on the ellipse. I will scroll to my folder to find the 5-star picture, select it, and click OK. I want to make sure that the picture is centered and the picture size mode is set to clip. If I look at the properties over here, the picture alignment is already center and the picture size mode is already clip. So I'm happy with those options. The next task is I want to change the borders of the text boxes to maroon 5. Take note that these are labels and these are text boxes. So we will select the text box for name, and we want to change the border of the text box. So I will come over here to find border color, and I will select the ellipse, and there's a whole range of colors, and that color is maroon, but we want maroon 5. So I'll scroll down until I find maroon 5, which is that option, and then I'll click on it to ensure there's a maroon border around my text box. Now I must do the same to the others. To make this process go quicker, you can just select a text box, hold down the Control key, and select the other text boxes while the Control key is pressed. Now all of them are selected. So let's come here to border color. Let's click on the ellipse and select maroon 5 to do all of the text boxes. We now want to add the performance type field to the form below the category. I will come here to add existing fields. I will double click on performance type and drag it to where I want it to be. We must now format the label and the text box so that it matches the other controls on this form. The first thing is I'm going to move this label to this end, and I'll move the text box to this end. And to copy the formatting, I'm going to select this label, go to Home, and click on the Format Painter, and then select my new label so that it looks exactly like all the others. I will now do the same over here. I will click on the category text box. I will come to Format Painter and select it so that it copies the format of the category text box. And now when I click on Performance Type, it will apply the same formatting as the category text box to the Performance Type text box. My next task is I want to change the category field to a combo box. I will right click on the category field text box, go to Change To, and select Combo Box. Now there's a series of options I want the user to be able to select when they click on this combo box. So I will close this and go to the Properties under Form Design Property Sheet. With the category combo box selected, I'm going to go to Data, and the row source type I'm going to change to a value list, and the row source I'm going to click on those ellipses and type in the options that I want to be displayed. Those are the options I want in my combo box. I will click OK. Let's go and check the form view so we can see what our form looks like. There under category, you can see the options that are available based on the changes that we've made. Now at the moment, you cannot see a line that divides the header and the footer of this form. But for our next task, if we go to Design View, we want to show the horizontal dividing lines that show the difference between the form header, the details section, and the form footer. So for that, I will come here and select the form and go to Format. Let's look for dividing lines. There's the dividing lines property, and let's change that to yes. Now, if I go to Form View, we can see the dividing lines between the header, the detail section, and the footer. Now take note, at the bottom we have our navigation bar, which allows us to move to the first record or the last record or to the next record and so on. I want that to not be visible for our next task. So I will come here to Design View. I will come here to Navigation Buttons and change that to No. If I go back to the form view, you'll notice those buttons are not available anymore. Now, because those buttons are not available, I still want the option to move to the first, last, next, and previous record, or to insert a new record, but with my own buttons. So for that, we're going to insert our own buttons by coming over here to our controls. We are looking for the button. There is a button. We will click on it and drag it into our form footer. This wizard will appear, and we want this button to go to the first record. So that means record navigation, go to the first record, click next. Let's use this picture as a good indicator of what this button is going to do. I will click next. You can give your buttons meaningful names if you wish, and then click finish. I will now do the exact same thing for the go to last button, go to the next button, and go to previous. I will now do my last button, which is to create a new record. Let's make our last button by clicking on button, drag it onto our form footer. And because this is not record navigation, let's look at what other options are available. Record operations, there is add new record. That is the one that I want. I'll click next. I'm happy with that icon. Go next and give it a name. And now I have my 5 buttons. To make them look all the same, I would select all of the buttons, and over here under properties we can change the height and the width. Let's change them all to 1 centimeter each. Now all my buttons are the same size, and we can place them where we want. You could have also added buttons under layout view if you wish, as you still have the options available over here. And that is the end of our activity.